For years, we've been told that open world games are all about freedom, but think about it, are they really? Most of the time we just drive from one mission marker to the next, barely paying attention to the world in between. But GTA 6 looks like it's changing that. And the crazy part is that Rockstar has already shown us exactly how. Today we're breaking down why GTA 6 could completely redefine what we expect from a Grand Theft Auto and even every open world game that comes after. To understand why GTA 6 feels so different, we first need to understand how most open world games, including previous GTA titles, have always been designed. Think back to GTA 5 or San Andreas, or even GTA 4. Yes, they gave us massive cities to explore, packed with side activities and hidden secrets. But let's be honest, how did most of us actually play them? We started a mission, drove across the map, completed it, got another phone call, and immediately drove to the next marker. The open world wasn't the destination, it was the road connecting one objective to another. And that's not a criticism. It worked because Rockstar's stories were so good that we wanted to see what happened next. The world served as the stage where those missions took place, but GTA 6 seems to be flipping that philosophy on its head. Now, we're not saying that Rockstar never gave us reasons to explore. I still remember driving around Vice City looking for hidden locations or getting completely distracted in San Andreas just to see what was around the next corner. And by GTA 4 and GTA 5, the world itself had become a huge part of the experience, with NPCs going about their routines and plenty of random interactions to stumble across. But GTA 6 seems to be taking that idea even further, with people relaxing at beaches and pools, shooting hoops, shopping, drinking, hunting, partying, and just going about their everyday lives. These aren't new concepts for GTA, but the sheer variety and density of these activities make Leonida feel less like a world you explore between missions and more like a world you're constantly encouraged to explore. And maybe that's the real change, not giving us more reasons to explore, but giving us more reasons to stay once we get there. Former Rockstar veteran Dan Houser, the man who wrote nearly every GTA from GTA 3 all the way to Red Dead Redemption 2, also said that the most fun thing about any Rockstar game isn't its writing. In fact, it's the systems that they make. Yeah, I know, coming from the guy behind some of gaming's most iconic stories, that's a pretty wild statement. But he didn't stop there. Houser also explained that there's no right way to play an open world game. If someone ignores the main story and simply spends their time exploring, causing chaos, or just enjoying the world, Rockstar doesn't see that as playing the game wrong. They see it as the game working exactly as intended. And once you hear that, GTA 6 suddenly starts making a lot more sense. Sure, we've seen robberies and explosions, but we've also seen crowded beaches, bars packed with people, convenience stores, pawn shops, nightclubs, kayaking, scuba diving, and countless enterable locations. They're not just showing us missions, they're showing us reasons to stop driving toward the next mission marker. And if Dan Houser's philosophy is still part of Rockstar's DNA, then maybe that was the plan all along. The story gives you a reason to arrive at Leonida. The systems give you a reason to never want to leave. One of the easiest ways to spot the difference between GTA 5 and GTA 6 is by looking at what Rockstar chooses to show when nothing important is happening. In GTA 5, trailers were largely focused on the protagonists, their missions, their heists, their explosions. GTA 6 certainly has those moments too, but they're constantly interrupted by scenes that have absolutely nothing to do with Jason or Lucia. A police officer making an arrest, influencers jamming traffic to shoot a music video, an alligator wandering into a store, airboats cruising through the wetlands, people dancing, or simply recording everyday moments on their phones. And there's actually some interesting information backing this up. A Brazilian retailer's product description for the physical copy of GTA 6 claims NPCs will have their own routines based on advanced AI, with those systems generating organic random events around the map. Now, this isn't confirmed by Rockstar, and this article specifically noted that the description wasn't seen on other retailers and could still change. But if it's accurate, it could explain exactly what we've been seeing in those trailers. Because notice what's missing from all those scenes. The player. Rockstar is deliberately showing us a world that doesn't need its protagonists to feel alive. Jason and Lucia aren't presented as the center of Leonida. They're just two more people living inside it. Now, that might sound like a small distinction, but it completely changes how you experience an open world. And Rockstar has already experimented with this kind of interaction in RDR2. Arthur could simply greet or antagonize almost anyone he encountered, and those conversations could change depending on the person, the situation, and even Arthur's honor. If GTA 6 expands that system further, NPCs wouldn't just be people you walk past. They could become another part of the world you actively engage with. So instead of asking, what can I do next? You're naturally encouraged to ask, hey, what's happening over there? and that's a much more powerful reason to explore. Nowhere is Rockstar's new philosophy more obvious than in the robberies. In older GTA games, robbing a store was about as simple as gameplay could get. Walk in, point your gun at the cashier, grab the cash, leave before the cops arrive. It was over in less than a minute. Now compare that to all what we know about GTA 6, including the 2022 leaks. The store robbery we saw already looked far more involved. Cashiers react differently, customers become part of the situation, safes could take time to open, and every extra second inside the building feels like a bigger risk. Even something as simple as deciding whether to wait for the safe or leave with just the cash register could become a meaningful choice. And it doesn't stop there. Jason's ability to identify valuables and points of interest, the emphasis on weapon customization, the number of enterable businesses Rockstar has revealed, none of these mechanics exist in isolation. They all feed into the same idea, making crime feel less like pressing a button for instant money and more like something you actually have to think through. In fact, you could say that if GTA 5 rewards speed, GTA 6 appears to reward observation. It's like, instead of wondering how quickly can you finish a robbery, Rockstar seems to be asking how well can you pull it off. And if that's the direction they've taken with something as small as a convenience store, imagine what that means for the game's larger heists. For as long as we can remember, driving in GTA had one simple purpose: getting you from point A to point B as quickly as possible. Sure, we'd occasionally take the scenic route, but most of the time we were staring at the minimap, looking for the fastest way to the next objective. And that's another gameplay loop we believe GTA 6 could change. In real life, when we need a break, what do we say? I need a change of scenery, right? Well, GTA 5 only gave us two options. It was either to free roam in Los Santos or get insanely bored in Sandy Shores. I mean, yeah, there was North Yankton too, but you get what we're trying to say. Now take a look at GTA 6. Streets filled with graffiti, explorable mini islands, kayaking-friendly waters, muddy trails, waves crashing against the coastline. These aren't flashy gameplay mechanics or scripted set pieces. They're details that completely change the mood of traveling through Leonida. And of course, there's the map itself too. Leonida has been presented as a collection of distinct regions, each with its own identity. Vice City's neon nightlife, the crowded streets, the sunset, then come the foggy wetlands of grass rivers, the forests around Mount Caliga, Port Gellhorn's faded coastal vibe, smoke-filled Ambrosia, and finally the warm Leonida Keys. Getting between them doesn't just change the scenery, it changes the atmosphere. That's important because it gives traveling a sense of progression, even when you're not on a mission. And for the first time, the journey itself could feel like a part of the adventure. Not because it's longer, but because Rockstar has filled it with enough variety that you're constantly noticing something new. And that's a very different philosophy from simply making the map bigger. It's about making every mile feel worth driving. Now, I don't know about you, but personally I got to play every GTA years after they launched, and GTA 6 is going to be the first time we'll have our hands on from day one. But the thing is, every GTA brought something that eventually changed open-world games thereafter. When GTA 3 launched, players experienced freedom like never before. San Andreas launched with so many side activities, GTA 4 launched with the most realistic physics ever, and GTA 5 brought the biggest world and seamless character switching. Basically, every generation of GTA has quietly redefined what players expect from an open-world game. And that's exactly why GTA 6 feels so important. Because for the first time, Rockstar doesn't seem obsessed with just making the map bigger. They seem obsessed with making it worth living in. Think about everything we've covered today, the focus on systems over scripted moments, a world that keeps moving whether you're involved or not, crimes that encourage planning instead of rushing, environmental details that make traveling enjoyable instead of something to skip. None of these features are revolutionary on their own, but together they point toward a completely different philosophy. For years, open worlds have measured themselves by numbers. Bigger maps, more missions, more collectibles, more icons scattered across the screen. But GTA 6 appears to be asking a much simpler question. What if the goal isn't to make you finish the game, but to make you forget you're even trying to? And if Rockstar pulls that off, we don't think GTA 6 will just be remembered as the next Grand Theft Auto. It'll be remembered as the moment open worlds stopped feeling like giant playgrounds and started feeling like real places. Maybe we're completely wrong. Maybe GTA 6 ends up being just another great Rockstar game. Or maybe years from now, we'll look back at Leonida as the moment open world games changed forever. Let us know what you think in the comments. And before you go, if you want to see why first person could secretly be the best way to experience GTA 6, click the video on your left. Trust me, it'll completely change how you look at the game. Don't forget to like, subscribe to GTA Gossip, and we'll catch you in the next one.